Hello, everybody. Well, here I am. I am doing something a little different this time. I am making a map. And what I want to do is make a map that will be usable in Gary's mod. It will be a video game level, Sonic the Hedgehog 3's Hydrocity zone, or Hydrocity if you want to be a little silly. I don't care how you pronounce it. How you pronounce it is up to you. So, the first part in my making a map will, of course, be making the textures. And I should not have unplugged that external hard drive. Considering it had GIMP on it, which I use for my graphics editing. Alright, so let's get going. Go away, OBS window. We know. Okay, so I've downloaded the texture I need, the backgrounds and stuff. So here is the Act 1 background. I'm just going to use paint because I want to be lazy in terms of grabbing everything I need. So yeah, this is texture I'm doing for another map idea I have. Titanic's Grand Staircase. I want to do that. It would be a fun map to do for a TTT setting. Okay, so for my skybox, I am going to have the entire background from the level. Now I think, alright, so let me adjust the canvas size. I know 2048 would be more than big enough and would still compile as a texture, but I think maybe I'm just going to reduce this size just to increase the chance of it actually working right. Alright, scale. Alright, tool options here. Interpolation, none. I don't want any, god damn it. There we go. Okay, that looks a little weird when zoomed in. Luckily, this is going to be in the skybox, so it won't look as outright horrendous as it could. Oh, maybe I'll just undo. Okay. Idea. Alright, so I'm going to go beyond what the actual background was like, size-wise and dimensions-wise. I'm going to take some artistic license, quote-unquote, and see if I can do something akin to this. See where that lines up. And perfect. So it's not going to be the most synchronized. It works. And as for this bottom part, I'm just going to be a lazy son of a bitch. And just make this all that one dark texture color that this is. It's just when I stretch it out to be 1024 by 1024, it looks like utter shit. And being a stickler for detail on practically every level, that will not do for me. Oops, whoopsie, whoops, 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 whoops. Let me move. I won't be perfectly centered, I know. The OCD side is already yelling at me. I'm going to bring this to a new layer. Whoops. Make that image sized as well, so I have, whoops, more room to work with. And this is called bullshitting. Specifically, bullshitting making a set of textures far bigger than it was originally when made by Sega. There we go. I know for those of you joining in that you probably came here to actually see me make a map. Just rest assured, this is part of that process. When adapting video game art into a bigger world, you're gonna have to, how do I put this? BS in order to make it so it will fit, because you got all these texture differences in size, and you don't want to overdo the stretching in such a way where the textures look like shit. Let's see. Merge down. Okay, wow. That's perfect. Let's see here. I think for where the map ends meet, I'm going to just go a lazy route and do blank tiles here. For no other reason than it will be a hell of a lot easier than trying to fabricate all this crap. Oh, the detail and everything. For an example of what I mean. Okay, got this. There we go. And it's a good thing that these tiles here are tessellations of one another, as this will allow me to just do a straight up copy and paste. And flip that horizontally, and you see that the tiles are exactly the same. Okay, so there we go. Now those tiles, it won't look quite so horrendous. Again, my reason for not just stretching this out is because when I stretch it out, it does look like shit. And I'm very meticulous about my work here, so because I want it to be as good as it can be, not just in terms of maps having particular bells and whistles and the like, but also in terms of the map looking visually as good as I can try and make it. This is a big texture, I realize. and it'll probably be stretched out anyway to some extent when I decide to make the skybox for my map, but screw it. You see, what I'm doing here is wherever there is a brick that has a start, that's why I overwrite. I let tiles that are bricks that are complete actually finish off, so to speak. I think that makes sense. And then I make it look like it just goes away. What I'm trying to do is deal with the wrapping around that will inevitably come from my skybox. Okay. I'm looking at the stream I'm doing right now, and for some reason the colors seem a little weird. That's weird. Okay, enough of that though. Oh wait. There we go. Now that's better. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to completely avoid making this seamless. Damn it. Would have been nice. And that is at least how we partially start adapting. Hopefully, I wish that this was a test. The whole background was a tessellation, because that would have made things a lot easier. Here we go. And now I'm going to attempt and probably fail miserably, but screw it. It's worth trying either way. To adapt. Oof. No, that definitely won't work. Okay, that's a very ugly looking tile. I'm aware. But it will do. Do the Mountain Dew. Do the doo-doo. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go uber lazy. Whoops. God damn it, Gimp. Why do you do that? Okay. That part's done. Thank God. Now, I just got this side. There we go. Whoops. Okay, that's a problem. Either the background was actually like that, which would set off a slight OCD. Oh wait, fuck me, I'm an idiot. That's how it's supposed to be when you have the little bases, the Sonic pedestals. I'm an idiot. Oh, I can just... There. Now the other side will match enough that this will work. Oh, great. I just realized that with my vac ban, I will not be allowed to even go into an offline setting to test my maps. Thank you, Valve. Can you please take whoever decided that would be a good idea and kindly fling them off a building? Shitheads like that should not be making those kinds of decisions in terms of making it so those who... First off, they should make the, as I've iterated and ranted about before, anti-cheat should only be in the game that it was, where the ban was triggered. Ugh. Something along those lines. And second, you should always make sure that you've actually got the right person and be accountable. So far, Valve has been neither of those things. There we go. And now we've got a background fit for a Hydrocity. And now I'm happy. No compression, because that will make it look like crap. And let me just do one more thing. I'm gonna make there we go. Let me choose something different. Oops. Now we got the top. Let me see. Export to. There we go. D tools, VTF edit. Hold on. Now, convert folder. Oh yeah. I did have some textures here from a previous attempt at making Hydrocity zone. Oh, idea. Oh, fuck you. And no, this is not translucent. Save. Save. The type. Okay, all the TGA images. Are saved here. Now, back to Hammer. Alright, so no draw. Tool / no draw. That will be my generic, that will be my go-to generic texture for when I start building map brushes. Let's start off with an 8x8, a tiny 8x8 cube here, which will oh, there it is. I was wondering where the hell you were, you little thing. Ooh, that looks beautiful. Okay, so now we've got my Hydrocity zone. This was going to be, for those of you just joining, this is going to be the skybox. I want it to look rather grand, if you will, because, well, it's a big open area, or at least had a big open area. At least that's what I always thought of when I saw this level in the game. So now, what I want to do is break this up into sections. And why? Hammer editor, you love being a pain in my ass, don't you? Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it some curve. That is, I'm going to No, I'm only you fucking moron. Why'd you paste all the way down there? Silly thing. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I think maybe I am making too many pieces here. Oh, great. For a second I thought that if I turned off texture lock, I would be able to get this thing back where it like lined up with the rest of the background. Oh well. Hmm. Combine that section. And then finally, whoops. Finally, whoops. There. Now we have the pieces I will use to make a more cylindrical looking thing. The whole thing's 128. Okay, I could do. Each one is 128. Alright, so make each section 32. There. Now we got the full background where it should be. I feel like maybe I should have made them all into 16 pieces, like pieces of 16 by 16. I think that would have made things a little bit better. Oops. I somehow managed to mix up the pieces. Okay, now I've made a real mess out of things. I realized. So Okay, now we're back in business, sort of. So now what I gotta do here, this probably seems like the most inefficient way of fixing a mess, but give me a break. It works. I think. Well, I think that looks better. I don't know. Oh, wait. I've been going about this in a rather derpy fashion. I just realized. Oh, even more derpy. Alright, so now I'm halfway towards fixing this stupid mess I've made. Let's see, will the Hydrocity actually live again? I'm making so many 16 by 4 things because I want to be able to make a curved background. Only problem is I do not want to deal with vis errors and all sorts of other compilation mishaps that might happen if I don't do this right. So rather than just being lazy and going about this with the tools that are built into Hammer, I'm going to go about this more logically. Well, that at the very least it looks okay. No, that looks like shite. My problem right now is that I have 8 evenly sized pieces. Okay, there we go. I think now we're getting something that better resembles something kind of like what I want. Wait, what? Stupid. This stupid prick. Let me just go back to being all straight. I give up. Okay, I know I don't give up. Well, that kind of looks right. Sort of. Maybe. Kind of. I honestly can't say I have the faintest idea. Okay, so my background idea has taken on a very odd oval shape. But you know what? For our intents and purposes, it works. Let's not fuck with it anymore. It works. We've got an oval of a background that hopefully will highlight the size of the Hydrocity zone. So I'm not gonna mess with that anymore. Now let me get a floor going here. And whatever I do, before I texture it, I'm going to absolutely... No, I was going to give it the same size. Okay, on second thought, I'm going to... balls. Where's my coffee? going to make this out of triangles. Because I don't know any better. And the good part about doing it this way, I think, is that I can just rotate what I've done. I still don't understand why Hammer Editor has so much trouble pasting where I actually want it to. Okay, this is going to call for a brand new brush. Now, keep in mind, this is not really a tutorial. In fact, I would even go so far as to argue that you should not follow what I'm doing because of the fact that it will probably be unoptimized as sin. There we go. Sort of. This is gonna be ugly as sin. Okay, I probably should not have. Yeah, no. I was going to originally do something a little different with this part. But now I think I will follow through with the idea. I was going to create big pieces of brush. I mean, God damn it. I hate when it does that. With a passion. There we go. Part of the floor. At least there will not be any leaks. I hope. No vis leaks here. And since... Oh, yeah, this worked out brilliantly. Oops. Not that because of Valve's derpitude. Again. And now that I've done that... yeah. Yay. And now all I need is one big brush in the middle. Except the texture. Oops. No, fuck. No, fiddlesticks. Ass wipe. Alright. I just wish this ass wipe would not do that. There we go. Now for the texturing part of this program. Browse. Now this will be our floor. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Whoops. There we go. Now, got a very nice floor. Or, since this is the skybox, I should say, a very nice bottom of the map sky view anyway. So let's take this, copy, move this thing up since it can't be asked enough to actually paste in the right place again. Flip vertically. There we go. And bada bing, bada boom. I guess making that ceiling tile texture was unnecessary. And for what it's worth, that's probably a good idea. It looks a lot better like this. Now let's see, just comparatively, what the scale is like compared to a player. And I think it's about the size of a box, a room of some kind. Right, that's now tied us to the entity of Funk Detail. Okay. It's now all one big Funk Detail. Which means it'll probably run a hell of a lot more optimally. Now let's properties. There we go. Actually, strictly for orientation purposes, there, now it's deadpan center. Well, on the x-axis, anyway. Okay, now deadpan and dead center on both axes. And in now centered in our map. There we go. Perfectly centered in the whole of our map world is our skybox with a sky cam. Now, I have a bad feeling I'll have to go through some hoops in order to be able to even test this thing, because Valve and VAC and my fucking VAC ban. Thank you, Valve, for being a total cunt master. Now, that begins. This will end part 1 of my stream. I'll stream again probably tomorrow, and there we will put to the test whether or not my skybox looks good in the, I'm going to build a little room for a player, use the skybox texture, and then see how this works. So that will be part 2, which is coming up very soon. So until then, I'll see y'all.